Is this the start for a YouTube channel, bro? Yo, you better make me famous. Better make me famous, bro. I swear to God, I'm gonna be.
Guys, it's been a while. Still, today I got with me Bharath. He's an engineer in IBM. He currently works in Canada, and he's a pretty interesting guy. So, would you like to introduce yourself, man?
Why'd you say it like that, though? What's up, guys? My name is Bharath, 26 years old, Indian, 5'10", Taurus. Grew up in Tokyo. I've been a friend of Ramon's for like what, 10 years or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think like 10 or 15.
Yeah, so it's been a while. It only took you 10 years for me to be on your YouTube channel, right? Took you long enough.
I mean, I was leaving the best for the ending, because
You call me your best. I appreciate it, bro.
all right, man. So I know you're brought up in Japan, and I mean I've known you for most of my life, right? I mean half of my life right now. So what made you study in Canada? I mean, you could study here, your family's here, but why did you choose to study in Canada?
So, I guess in a nutshell, I was pretty bored of Japan. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to try something different, go out, experience living in a different country. You know what I mean? Especially because like we grew up in a pretty international environment, but we sort of grew up in a bubble. So we never really had the full experience of what it is actually living in like a melting pot, like Toronto or New York or whatever. Secondly, I guess I kind of knew what to expect if I were to study in a Japanese university, especially because I went into engineering. I kind of know for a fact that getting into university is more difficult than actually staying in. The courses there are relatively light compared to where I went, which is Waterloo. I studied mechatronics engineering there, and having an engineering degree from a well-known university in either Canada or US is probably going to be quite beneficial, not only in Japan but anywhere else in the world. So those are kind of the few reasons why I decided to go to Canada.
Oh, you mentioned before you do something called DevOps Engineering in IBM. So most of the people haven't heard of the word called DevOps, right? So can you simply explain like what DevOps like really means?
Yeah. So I guess the most straightforward answer is the word DevOps. It can be split into two: Dev as in development, Ops as in operation. So DevOps engineer is pretty much a person who works on the development side as well as the operation side. That's pretty much it.
For my next question, right? You work at a big tech company like IBM. It's one of the top, probably the global top 10 in the world. Um, so do you think working at a big tech company is worth it? Like, is it worth all the hype?
Um, I guess in a sense, yes. But a lot of people also have a preconceived notion of what it's like working in big tech. You've probably seen like a bunch of videos on YouTube and stuff about my day in the life of working at like Microsoft and stuff, where they pretty much don't do shit, most of the day, right? Uh, it's pretty much the exact opposite working in big tech. At least from my perspective, I'm not sure what it is like working in like other departments. Um, but expect long hours. It's going to be high stress. They expect a lot from you. Um, Especially because if you get paid quite a bit, and, they demand the work uh, as well. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that.
So do you think like when students are graduating from university, right? So like many students that are aspiring to be engineers, do you think as a new grad, the right path, is there a right or wrong path? Like should they try to go for the biggest companies, or should they go for, let's say, mid-sized or startup companies? What do you think is generally like a better career choice?
I mean, I think it depends, right? Because if you have like a bunch of internships already lined up, or if you did a bunch of internships during university, you kind of know or have an idea of where you want to go, right? So based on that, you could target specific companies and you know take it from there. It doesn't really have to be a big tech, medium size. Honestly, as a new grad, especially in this tech market, just throw that idea out the window, right? The market is like pretty bad. Do whatever fits you the best, and if you don't like it, just switch to another company like a couple of years. Right now, you want to like build as much expertise and experience as possible, and then once you have that leverage, then you can think about going about like for like the big tech company and the money and all that stuff.
So my next question, like I want to hear your thoughts about AI. So, I mean, AI is kind of advancing quite rapidly, right? And since you're in at one of the biggest tech companies, I'm pretty sure you see AI being used quite a lot. And I'm pretty sure you have a better view than most other people of like how AI is developing and Is it gonna be like an apocalyptic world soon that where it takes over or not? So, I mean, so what are your thoughts on AI in general? Like,
So you said that AI was developing rapidly. I guess in some sense, yes. But when it comes to actually, like taking over our jobs and stuff like that, nowhere close. Not even close. Like really don't have to worry about that. So like, if you were to maybe if you were some sort of generalist, I would suggest you like to pick a niche and kind of like go all in on that, just so that you can protect yourself from AI if the inevitable does happen and it does steal all our jobs, which again I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. But other than that, you can use it for like helping you with like a couple functions here and there, some general questions, but the deep technical stuff, nah, I wouldn't worry about it if I were you.
do you think the interview processes are gonna change? Because right now with AI and stuff, many people can copy and cheat.
Yep. So I actually personally know people who interviewed for my team, and they were caught using AI, and it's pretty common actually. It honestly happens in every big company, even medium-sized companies too. So a lot of companies are actually switching to on-site interviews, just getting rid of online interviews. So that's pretty much what they're trying to do to get rid of cheaters and stuff like that.
So yeah, this guy is a crazy calisthenics beast, by the way. So that I'll drop some videos of him doing some crazy shit. So man, what are your strongest calisthenics moves?
So before I tore my bicep, I got to the straddle punch. But after my bicep tear, I took a couple of years off and focused mostly on pulling strength. So in terms of pulling, I was able to achieve the one arm pull up, a 5 second front lever hold, as well as different variations of the advanced suck pull up. So I'd say those are my strongest skills right now.
Thank you for the interview today.
Yep.
And on top of that, can you tell me like what's your future plan? Like let's say within the next 4 to 5 years.
Honestly, I think the best plan is to have no plan. Just go with the flow. That's how I've always been. Just reduce the stress that way. You know. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it.
You got any advice for the upcoming students that wanna get in the engineering field and like just general advice for new grads that are graduating right now and kind of uneasy in this AI era?
Right. I mean, just do the best you can. You're gonna get rewarded in the end. I wouldn't stress too much. As long as you put in the effort, you're gonna get to your goal eventually. So yeah, just enjoy the journey. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, man.